I got your nose. Subscribe and I'll give it back. Alright, so my subscriber count dropping rapidly makes me realize that I need to stop being lazy and actually get content out. You guys subscribing makes me feel like I need to actually put more stuff out, if you couldn't tell. But the main reason I've been lazy uploading is because I'm trying to create Silent Hill M, which, judging by the actual view count, isn't really going to get a lot of views anyway. Not that it's your fault or anything, obviously, it just means I need to lock in. My topic, Silent Hill F was trash. I'm kidding, I'm being mean, but no, the game actually was really horrible though. Like, as a game, it's alright. I think people were being maybe a bit too mean when it came to the Souls-like gameplay shit, but this gameplay is not enjoyable at all. For one, the gameplay is too goddamn slow, Hinako is sluggish as hell. For two, why the fuck is there a leveling system? Like, Silent Hill doesn't need to be an action RPG, which is also the other main thing that fucking pisses me off about this game, is that the horror elements are just kinda horror elements. They're only exactly that. It's not a fucking scary game. I was laughing my ass off half the time. Like, it's not even goofy in the sense that it's like campy. It's goofy in the sense of just bad writing. It's so dumb. Like, that's the thing I really want to talk about with this story. It has nothing to do with, like, the gameplay. Gameplay is its own fucking thing. Like, why the fuck are there 100 different healing items that all do the same shit? I didn't have this specific issue, but apparently the camera is garbage and it locks in place when you're up against a fucking wall or something. So you can't see shit when you're getting fucking attacked. I guess if it's on PC, it has a whole bunch of other issues. The game isn't really good either, practically, but I personally liked, I played Sonic 06, like retail before P06, so whatever. Glitches and unfinished product don't actually hinder my ability to enjoy the game unless those are the reasons I can't finish the game, or like the game is super fucking easy, or I die on repeat over and over because of those glitches or something. Like, but if it's my fault, then I don't have any excuse, but if it's the fucking game's fault, then I really cannot justify that. Needless to say, gameplay's kinda mid, I guess. I'm not gonna talk about the combat, because anybody who knows me personally knows how I fucking feel about the combat. Personally, I didn't have that many issues with it until it got to that very specific scene that I'm gonna talk about in a minute that's also really dumb. But it's the fucking story that I really want to talk about. Thing is, I want to talk about the story, like the main which is also the main reason why I'm making Silent Hill M. It has nothing to do with it, just the gameplay being ass. It's because the story is garbage, despite being written by an accomplished manga artist, which, by the way, you shouldn't have done it from a guy who wrote a successful anime. You should have done the guy who writes amazing, unrivaled horror in Japan. You know, we're going to talk about that later again, but, you know, for now, just know that I'm pissed about them choosing the guy who wrote a self-insert false horror anime with fucking time-traveling shit over the guy who makes the tiniest of things the scariest shit ever. So, fuck Konami again with their terrible choices. Anyway, mind you, I'm not even gonna really completely shit on the game. I think there are some elements that I think they're good. Like, I'll even compare some of the elements of it so you can see why I'm personally a better horror writer than the guy who made Higurashi, because obviously I am. Since apparently he sucks donkey penis at making a Silent Hill story, so spoilers for the fucking game, I guess. Game centers around a Japanese teenage girl named Hinako and her group of friends. Basically, synopsis, this way her friend group is full of fake assholes because they'll think she's a piece of shit because her and her boy toy Shu are childhood friends and are super close. Look, one of the other characters obviously has a thing for Shu but doesn't really seem to like Hinako's presence. It's also hinted that Hinako's actual best friend also wanting this fucking guy. Like, what's the fucking deal? Shu isn't even attracted, he looks dopey as fuck. He looks so dopey-faced, you cannot disagree with me. Anyone who disagrees with me is just wrong. He looks like a fucking turd blossom. In fact, he feels like a much less interesting version of Keiichi from Higurashi. Like, obviously the writer is sticking a self-insert of himself to fill the all girls want him role, just like he did in Higurashi. Anyway, the characters state that Hinako is a fucking boyish girl, which would make sense if you played a game in Japanese language, because there's male to female dialect like there is in Spanish languages. So if you play the game in English, like a majority of Western fans are gonna do, then the comments of Hinako talking like a boy literally make no sense. That's not like to dog on the game, that's just to make fun of anybody who plays the game in fucking English. It's a Japanese game set in Japan, you should play it in Japanese. That being said, Hinako's main struggles are heavy-some, like heavy loads, not like they are super heavy topics that you could take seriously. Not that you can't take some of them seriously, but one, she has like a problem fitting in because of her apparent tomboy nature, which by the way, she doesn't show at all as a characteristic during the fucking story, like whatsoever. People just, that's one of my other complaints about this fucking game. People say things about Hinako, but we don't actually ever see it. Like, we see none of those character traits that characters bring up and say. Like, that's not a character trait. That's you saying something about a character and then them not actually showing me that that's true. So, needless to say, don't really like that. 2, her potentially abusive home life. It's not straight up said if her dad beats her, but it's shown that her dad is verbally abusive, which does fucking suck. Then there's a whole thing of constantly being compared to her sister, which I get being frustrating, but none of that really matters because Silent Hill F's plot really makes no fucking sense at all. Spoiler alert, but there's fucking 2 Hinakos, I guess. They don't explain if it's alternate timelines or if her soul that's split in half or some shit, like in Silent Hill 1. But one of the halves basically goes through with mutilating herself to be a part of a cult worshiping a fox demon or something. We are now in an era where there is a Silent Hill game where the main character cuts off her own arm for no fucking reason, and then a wolf arm branded in its place. And now she has superpowers where she can fucking attack enemies with a fucking super wolf Grendel arm. She absorbs their fucking soul energy or whatever the fuck so she can power up a super tech. Who asked for this? Nobody asked for this stupid shit to be in this game. This is the anime bullshit that I'm fucking talking about. You would not be able to take the story of Silent Hill 2 seriously if James was like lifting cars and throwing them at enemies and like shooting fucking lasers from his hands and becoming a Super Saiyan. Like, no, that would be really fucking dumb and it would make you drop the game. This is what I mean by anime bullshit. It's not a horror series. It's like you just want to make the main character fucking cool and overpowered. It's like making your main character cool ruins the fucking story if it's a horror story. You don't do that. It's not good writing. That's actually really horrible writing, especially for horror. The reason this is dumb for Silent Hill is because it's clear the fox demons are pretty fucking real, and that's just stupid and corny. The reason I think that having like actual legitimate yokai in the world of Silent Hill is because it kind of demeans and ruins the established lore of Silent Hill. Like, we've pretty much established that the monsters and shit they show up are straight up demons, like biblically accurate demons. And you can make the assumption that people are seeing what they believe or whatever the fuck, and obviously Christianity being the most like believed religion and I think the planet, in America specifically, you would think most of the main characters would be Christian. However, that doesn't really matter because even if they are, they're still seeing the exact same fucking thing. Biblically accurate demons don't fucking look like this. So these things are pretty fucking real. The fox demon shit being an actual legitimate yokai is really, really dumb. Nobody asked for that, and it's just kind of spitting on the canon. Maybe not to Japanese culture, sure, which I guess to a degree is fine, but no, the monsters should look like monsters from Silent Hill. I think the only one that actually works, maybe for this series, or a few that they didn't actually show in the trailers, which I'm actually glad about, like the big titty monster, or the one that looks like the fucking insane cancer, but with a giant sword arm. Some of the designs actually look pretty good. A lot of them do just look like generic Japanese horror monsters, and I fucking do not vibe with that. I think that is really dumb, and that was a really stupid choice, because now you can just easily compare it to any other fucking Japanese horror game. Anyway, the story is fucking all over the place. The first ending, honestly, when you get the first ending after finishing the game for the first time, the game says that everything you experience in the story is a drug-induced hallucination that Hinako goes through from consuming too many of those healing item pills, which, honestly, if that was the canon ending, then I could honestly get over a lot of the stupid bullshit that happens in the story. The dialogue I can't get over because the fucking anime dialogue pisses me off. It's just not. It's not good writing, like it isn't. If the first ending is canon, genuinely, I really can be on board with a lot of the stupid shit. The fact there are two Hinakos, like, the fact that the drug was so potent that it split her psyche in half, like, I feel like that I can vibe with, you know? I can't vibe with it if that's, like, the whole demon fox shit is so fucking stupid. The whole Foxman in the mask has to be betrothed to Hinako because she has some kind of fucking special power because of her bloodline. That's in a lot of anime. I'm getting sick of that. I don't think that's a good writing device. I feel like that's a really shitty writing device, actually. Like, you actually are just a lazy writer if you're like, well, the main character has some kind of special power that comes from their family lineage or whatever the fuck, and that's why they're able to do the things that they do in place for the story. Like, it's just fucking obnoxious and it's bad writing. I'm fucking so sick of that. And it's fucking everywhere in anime. I cannot stand it. But enough of ranting about that stupid fucking terrible choice. But whatever. To explain some terminology, I like to use this term. I refer to something as anime bullshit when it feels like if something is trying to be anime. Now, anime bullshit doesn't mean I'm making fun of anime. In fact, a lot of anime obviously has anime bullshit. I think one of the most successful anime of all time, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, has a lot of really dumb anime bullshit in it, and yet I find myself going back to it a lot. Yes, Fullmetal Alchemist has a lot of really stupid anime bullshit in it, despite being one of the most successful anime of all time. Yes. Just because it has anime bullshit in it does not make it bad. Avatar: The Last Airbender has stupid anime bullshit in it, and it is still also really fine. Now, anime bullshit doesn't mean I'm making fun of it. Hell, I would even say that Silent Hill isn't a stranger to anime bullshit either, but it's when it's supposed to be a horror series and not a fucking anime game, we gotta be fair. The dialogue in this game is very anime, and not like good anime dialogue either. The game has a lot of melodramatic anime stupidity that is no place being in the down-to-earth and realistically written Silent Hill series. This exact type of thing kind of gets on my nerves when it comes to other horror projects too, like the SCP Foundation. Since you can't make super awesome horror monsters and concepts in the SCP Foundations, since there's also, like, literal fucking anime heroes like Tain and Abel, and the Gate Guardian. And I'm being fair. People who know me personally and think I'm not being fair, Resident Evil is also guilty of this, since you can't have the entirety of Resident Evil 7 with the horrors of that game in the Baker house mixed in the same universe where Chris got into a fight with a fucking bolter and won. My comfort game, Resident Evil 5, doesn't really have anime bullshit in it. It has comic book bullshit in it. And that can be better or worse depending on your perspective. Personally, for me, it's not really that different from anime bullshit, but it's like, it's different in the sense that it's presented differently, but it is still bullshit that doesn't need to be there, and for that, it kinda loses points. What the fuck was I talking about again? Oh right, Silent Hill. Silent Hill half sucks. This game, for sure, was something else entirely before Konami was like, make it Silent Hill. Not that I think devs shouldn't be allowed to have creative freedom, but Konami was for sure forcing them to make it Silent Hill when it was basically done just because it was similar. The reason this game fails as a Silent Hill game is because it doesn't feel like that's what it was supposed to be to begin with. The environments are pretty as fuck. Unlike the environments in Silent Hill 2 that are literally made to make you feel uncomfortable. The shrine doesn't feel like the other world and even doesn't feel as claustrophobic as the halls in Silent Hill 2. The halls in Silent Hill 2 make you feel like you won't be able to run from enemies when you're trapped next to them. The halls are spacious as fuck in Silent Hill F. The name subtitle F doesn't even fucking play a part in the story at all. I'm pretty sure Forte means something, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the fucking story, like whatsoever. Forte is just there because, like, it has nothing. The story has nothing to do with music. There's nothing loud about the story besides, like, the fucking ringing that the main character, I guess, hears in her ears, which is subtle, but not in your face enough that it warrants the fucking title of the story. Like, this game could have honestly gotten away with calling itself Silent Hill Shrine, and that would have worked so much better. There's no reason why they can't leave the town besides a broken bridge. It makes no sense why the bridge is broken to begin with. They shouldn't even see the fucking bridge in the fog. The fog is so dense in Silent Hill 2. In fact, the whole fucking point is that they feel like they literally can't leave because outside of the Silent Hill is literally nothing. That's how dense the fog is. You cannot fucking see anything past the point that you would be leaving from. Hanako and her friends also have no fucking reason to be in Silent Hill. Like, James is in Silent Hill because he murdered his wife. They're in Silent Hill because Silent Hill cracked into their town and the main character is insecure and has a shitty home wife or something, and also can't decide whether or not she wants to bang her best friend. Like, you know, it's fucking no, that's just bad writing. Now, the whole point is that Silent Hill calls you to it. It doesn't come to you. That's really silly. Silent Hill does not creep into towns. That is fucking dumb. That Soul Silent Hill phenomenon shit in the one that came out before F, I don't remember the name of it because it sucks. Same fucking thing. You literally don't need to be calling it. The Silent Hill phenomena is one of the worst writing ideas for this series in its entirety, and it's one of the things that genuinely also ruins this series, because Silent Hill, saying a Silent Hill phenomena is saying that none of the things you've fucking seen in this entire series were real, but I'm just saying that this game could have been amazing as a Silent Hill game if they actually let someone who's qualified to write horror, like Junji Ito, sorry, my bad. I had a fucking Junji Ito-sized frog in my throat, my bad. Instead of someone who wrote a self-insert horror manga that turned into a cornball anime halfway from the plot. Silent Hill doesn't make you mutilate yourself. That's dumb. Silent Hill makes you aware of your trauma and pushes you forward. The whole point is that you're supposed to get over your trauma. Silent Hill literally manifested Maria so James can have somebody to bang while he gets over the guilt of having murdered his wife. But it's not hard, and writers are making a bad name for writers, and it's just embarrassing, and I'm annoyed. So I'm making my own Silent Hill series called Silent Hill M, and yes, the M is because I'm narcissistic, but the M in the title is actually going to play a fucking role in the story, and I just be there as a meaningless letter title. Anyway, stay tuned for the trailer or something coming soon as I get all the animations and stills and shit situated. See you later, whatever, I don't know. Fuck.